Hey guys, welcome back to Goalside. I'm Chris, just in case you have already forgotten, and this is Goalside, the show where I choose 3 stories from the world of soccer and report on them. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so our first story is on a subject that has been reviewed and talked about many a time, especially during last year's World Cup. Oh no, I can't say last year, it's 2012 now. Just kidding, 2 years ago, 2010, South Africa. That was the thing, yeah. And it has to do with the ever-discussed idea of video regulation in soccer. Goal line technology, review software, that type of business. Now, goal line technology is back in the news because of a penalty kick awarded during the FA Cup match between QPR and Chelsea. Daniel Sturridge goes down under a challenge tackle from Clint Hill. And when I say challenge or tackle, I mean something that kind of looks like a fight out of a Nickelodeon children's TV show. In any case, the referee, Mike Dean, awarded the penalty, and it ended up being the winner. Now, obviously, everybody over at QPR is angry. The co-owners are speaking out, the coaches made statements, and of course, Joey Barton is on Twitter. Sorry, just as a general addendum, can we talk about the brilliance that is Joey Barton and Twitter? I'm just so thankful that Twitter is a thing, just so I can know exactly what is going on in the mind of Joey. He's crazy. He's absolutely... It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. In any case, all of this nonsense has brought the issue back up. Does FIFA instill goal line/review technology into the modern day game? It was a serious topic of debate after the last World Cup, what with Frank Lampard's goal being disallowed and the United States goals being disallowed. Now the pro side of the argument is, yeah, we catch a lot of things on tape and we can make the game a lot fairer. A lot of the times, a bad decision can usually influence the outcome of a game that was otherwise going pretty well. With goal line/review technology, you can do just that. You can watch the goal line and you can review. You can review challenges, you can review cards, you can review dives. With goal line technology, you can catch goals that were goals that your referee was kind of a bonehead and decided to not allow. And that's great, because usually events like disallowed goals, diving, penalties, red cards, usually that type of stuff has a pretty big impact on the outcome of the match. Now the con argument here is that if you do have refs, coaches, players trying to review calls or look at goals, that is going to break up the flow of the game and ultimately make the game less beautiful. And to that I say, that is downright ridiculous. That was anticlimactic. Downright preposterous. Let's be honest here. Half the time the players are around crowding the referee, rushing him, trying to get him to change the decision. The game has already been broken up. What's the harm in heading over to the sideline to check a video review of what happened and possibly avert this game-changing situation? It just amazes me that there even has to be a debate on this subject. When I think back to Jermaine Jones' disallowed goal during the 2010 World Cup, or when I think of Robin van Persie getting a red card during the Barcelona tie in last year's Champions League, it just makes me even angrier that we don't already have this technology and that it has to be a subject of debate for such a long time. It seems like a really clear-cut thing, people. Goal line technology. It's not that hard to understand. Please. If the rest of us can see it watching TV, the referees should be able to see it and make the right call. Come on. Come on. Alright guys, enough of me ranting. Let's move on to the Copa del Rey Clásicos. Alright, first, before we even get into this, I should explain my stance on Clásicos. Alright, in case you guys may or may not have noticed, I have a Real Madrid jersey back here. I also have a Sergio Ramos jersey right here. And I also have a Siemens Mobile Real Madrid jersey from like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it's pretty safe to assume that when it comes to classics, I am a Real Madrid fan. And that is for 2 reasons. One, because when I was a kid, when I was playing soccer, they used to name our teams after professional teams, and my team was Real Madrid. And I knew, bam, we're awesome, they must be awesome too. Ergo, Real Madrid fan. Secondly, Zinedine Zidane. Enough said. Thirdly, wait, did I say 2? 3 reasons, and this is the 3rd one. Thirdly, glory hunters. The Barcelona glory hunters. They drive me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. There are people who love Barcelona's playing style and who legitimately enjoy what the club stands for. And then there are the people who wouldn't know what Mezque un Club meant if you Google translated it and then backhanded them with a printout. In any case, the first leg, Barcelona kind of dominated. Not a whole lot to say there. It was pretty typical of a Clásico in the last year. However, what I really want to focus on is the second game. The second game was crazy! It was awesome. I loved watching it. It was so much fun. I mean, being a Real Madrid fan, going into halftime, I wanted to shoot myself. But watching us come back after halftime was amazing, and it was great to see the two teams actually sort of just finally play their football, and we got to see a great match, and it was incredible. Player of the match for Barcelona, probably Xavi, just because he's always pulling those midfield strings. Shoutouts to Pedro, who got his first goal in a while. Really sad to not be seeing so much Pedro these days because he was really a great up-and-comer last year. Also, shout out to Dani Alves for a crazy, absolute firecracker. That was sick. They're my team. You scored on my team, and I can't even. That was dirty. Well done, sir. All right, and over to Real Madrid. I need to pay homage to the phenomenon that was Mesut Ozil during that game. Boy was all over the place, making great plays. Had that one chance that came back off the post. That was unfortunate. All in all, a great game for him. Really good to see him finish out 90 minutes. We move on to our final story of the day. And when I say story, I should really mean stories, because I want to it's getting close to deadline day, and I want to do some transfer talk. First, Eden Hazard has admitted that this summer he'll be headed for England. And I'm a little confused as to how he knows he's going to be headed for England. I know a lot of clubs outside of England would love to have a player like Eden Hazard, and he's been linked with clubs like Real Madrid or Inter. That being said, there is a lot of interest from England, what with Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, all being barking up his tree. And that's pretty exciting, but I'm wondering if it'd be a better idea for him to stay at Lille and still get some game time in. Because a lot of the clubs that I mentioned have great wing players. Alright, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to have an opinion. I think it's a good idea if he stays at Lille and gets more game time in. Because there are no guarantees that he's going to be a regular starter at any of the clubs in the Premier League who are interested. Next, I want to talk about Keisuke Honda, who currently plays in Russia for CSKA Moskva. He's being linked in a €14 million deal with Lazio. And Keisuke Honda, I think he can do better. Much better than Lazio. It makes me angry that clubs like Arsenal and Manchester United, who are lacking in the midfield, especially in the center of the park, aren't snapping at his feet. Snapping at his... Is that even a sentence? Word? Phrase? I don't know. We'll go with it. He is good. Like, really good. And definitely deserves to be playing at a better club than Lazio. No offense to Lazio. No offense to Lazio. And maybe it's part of their revival. Maybe they're looking to kind of get up there and make Serie A even more competitive than it already is. But I'm a Honda fan, and I definitely think he deserves a bigger move. And our last transfer of the day, will someone please buy Carlos Tevez? God, if I have to go to 442 or Transfer League or Goal.com or any of the other soccer news websites and see some stupid story on, one of the Milan twins or PSG or Corinthians, maybe they'll be putting up a bid. If I see one more of those stories, like, this might happen, I'm going to go insane. In conclusion, someone, please buy Tevez, so Manchester City can stop complaining, Carlos Tevez can stop complaining, and I can stop complaining because I have to see Manchester City and Carlos Tevez keep complaining. Alright guys, and with that, I think we're done for the day. I'm Chris, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of... I don't even know what that was. Goal Side! Later.